Welcome back to the PlayStation Project. We're going to do something a little different today. I learned that there was in fact a PlayStation 1 release of a video game called The Three Stooges. I just recently saw the Cusa Grande version of the NES that got to be played, and they did pretty well with it, so I figured I'd give myself a shot. Only instead of playing the NES version, trying out the PS1. But here's the thing about it. Defender of the Crown, that's not the right game at all. We're in the wrong game. Why, yes you are. But here's the thing about the game. It's not pulled from the NES. It's not even pulled from the Amiga version. This is a port released in 2004 of a game made in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance. This is a blown up sprite version of the GBA version. Wings actually came out a year before the PS1 version of this, so they even bothered to fix that. Yeah, there's your developers, making great games such as Defender of the Crown and Wings. Those were good games. In the 80s, in 2002 not so much. But otherwise, this is pretty much identical to the other versions.
We gotta figure out a way to get some money and get it quick!
Other than a few extra sound clips, but otherwise...
Let's scram!
Let's start with some trivia, because if there's one thing I know, it's Stooge trivia. Stooge Too Short was done pretty well. That actually sounds familiar.
Oh!
I do believe it was. That was where I get $500.
Let's scram!
Now let's play the waiters game, if I can figure out how. Caterers, alright.
Oh boy, set us up!
So pieces to guess, you will be paid 10 for each. Okay. Oh, it's the pie game, only they changed it to pizza? What?
Oh!
Oh, I see. I see where they're going for this. The movie up front is like, I'm throwing all the pies. That was very confusing. It's up or
Let's scram!
it's up or down and then circle. Let's
That's no lump, that's my head!
no, $200.
Let's get going!
And now for probably the most memorable minigame, the oysters. Pretty simple. Not really. Just so on the... There's a really weird hitbox on the crackers. If... When they first come up... If they're already starting to come up, you can't get them. So this is way more difficult than the NES.
Let's get going!
And now, the hospital game. Yeah, based on the famous short Men in Black. Easiest thing to do is just be directly behind them.
Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
See that?
You imbeciles.
You do lose a lot of time if you hit
Calling
anything,
Dr.
so...
Howard. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Calling Dr. Howard. Dr.
Why
Fine,
do you even
Dr.
hit?
Howard. You
Come on.
imbeciles.
I got 370 out of it though, so far not bad.
We gotta figure out a way to get some money and get it quick.
Let's try this game.
Oh boy, that's hot stuff.
Oh, superstitious, eh?
Thank you for returning the money you found enclosed as a check. Oh, cool.
Let's get going.
Now we're doing...
That's no lump, that's my head.
Stick around and learn something.
That's not Mia.
Think of something. You idiots! Yeah. Yeah.
You double crosser, you!
That was kind of stupid.
Let's get going.
Let's do Hope Wanted Carrots, I think that was? Luigi's Adventure. I don't remember this one. Okay. It's the same game as the hospital one.
You imbeciles.
Come on, really? They were... I see you always get... How chances there if you hit someone this game over? It's literally the same game, they just couldn't be bothered to make anything new, so...
Let's scram.
Let's get some more money.
That's no lump, that's my head.
No, $200.
Let's get going.
Let's get sports trivia. At least I only need 5 grand, so I'll be fine. Here's today's radio quiz for $500. Do the Stooges have a star? They most certainly do. It was put in I believe, 1982. Sadly, after the Big Four have passed, but Curly Joe was still around. And also Joe, but we don't talk about Joe. He wasn't that bad, but he's definitely a step down from Curly and Chump. You know what, let's just try and...
Buy two, get one free.
You imbeciles.
If I stay a little bit ahead, then we can get there pretty quick. That worked way better.
Let's get going.
I'm already at 3 grand, I got this. More radio. How many films did the Stooges do? To find films.
Oh.
I know it was a 0 because they at least just soup the nuts, but I'm gonna say A. This one I'm actually not sure about. Okay, I was right.
Let's scram.
Let's see if I can do better on this oyster thing. See, look at that hitbox. That is weird. The key is getting as many done so that you get as many bowls as possible. The crackers themselves don't matter that much. At least I can tell he's doing like assaulting or whatever now instead of just shaking his hand, which is kind of silly. At least some of the animations look a little better,
Let's scram.
but I still can't get how bad the sprites in the front look. That just looks so bad. You can tell they're blown up GBA ones. Now we have... Oh, serve pies to guests. So... Pie and pizza again, they just decide, let's make 2. That went terribly. They were really throwing the pies at me, but
Let's scram.
we're almost at 5K, we'll be fine. 10% for what?
Let's get going.
Let's try the boxing one. I might have to save state. Just to be safe, I should be fine. I can't lose. I'm a Stooge master. There's also no, That's the skinniest I've ever seen play.
Stradivarius!
Oh no, my Stradivarius! This I think I can do. It's... Whoops. Don't have to worry about jumping, it's just moving around and whoops. I can't really tell what's in the foreground and what's in the background. And the hitboxes are still awful.
Oh, my Stradivarius!
Oh, my Stradivarius! I got a cramp from my Stradivarius. So you have to jump well ahead of where you think you're going to. That was a trick one? Whoops, I thought that was the exit. We're almost there though. There we go. We got 600 books for that.
Let's get going.
Let's try the waiters one again, I guess. I really like it. But, oh well. We want our pizza and we want it now. Alright. And again, the hitboxes are just a little bit off. Like, not massively so, but the timing is off just slightly enough that it makes this way more difficult than it needs to be.
Let's scram.
Well, at least I know how to do this one. Time to do the Stradivarius. Have I played all of them already?
Oh, my Stradivarius!
I think they tried to make it look like there were more, but there really weren't. Yeah, the biggest enemy here, as you've probably been able to figure out, is the hitboxes. Like, I should not have gotten hit that early on. There we go.
Oh, my Stradivarius!
That's also why this was inclusive grading, because you can see these hitboxes are so far off the mark, and I have to imagine it was the same way in all the other versions of this game. Oh, I keep thinking that that's the last part.
Oh,
There it is. Oh, we got it. Oh, you're thinking with 600 bucks.
Let's scram.
Let's try the oysters one more time. Next up, yeah, you have to get them before the oysters, which I know I've stated, but yeah, that makes this infinitely harder. Like, seriously?
No.
I got 480 though, that's not bad.
Let's get going.
Have I done the doctors? Yeah, I have. I remember now. Just, it's the easiest way to get good money here. Just stay behind him and a little bit ahead. Just a little bit ahead though.
Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
See that?
You imbeciles. Calling Dr. Howard.
See again,
You
these
imbeciles. Dr. Howard.
hitboxes. I got there with 20 seconds to spare, that's 300 bucks.
Let's get going.
Oh, we did the oyster again. As you can see, even though this is only 30 days long, I'm already kind of tired of it. This is not a game you can get that much mileage out of. Plus it doesn't even look like soup, it looks like I'm having oyster crackers and milk. Yeah, you could hear me hitting that circle button before it even came up. It was like, nope, you're done.
Let's scram.
Not the finger again. No! I don't know, nothing. Stupid finger.
We gotta figure out a way to get some money and get it quick. Let's scram.
Let's try the trivia one more time. Curly's nickname was Quibble. Well, his nickname was Curly, that's the entire point of a nickname. Yeah. Curly's nickname was Curly, that is a terrible question.
Let's scram.
Let's see if I can do a flawless run of this. I probably can't.
See that?
Nope.
Calling Dr. Howard. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. You imbeciles.
See that?
You imbeciles. Calling Dr. Howard. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
I wasn't even close. Whatever.
Let's get going.
We're almost done. That's why I'd officially be at the end. You know what? I'm not really even trying. Let's talk a little bit more about the Three Stooges, you know? I was actually a bigger fan of the Larry and Shemp version growing up, just cause... I don't know. Just felt that it was more just... Best way I can describe it is that it was probably easier for them to have stuff to talk about back in the day, because you had the Depression and the war.
Let's get going.
that's no lump, that's my head.
You know, in the 50s, things were going pretty well, so you really had to work to make up different stories, so it was probably a lot harder for them. Plus the short version was, thank you for your gift of $71.50. Has saved the children's home. Yay, we won! It's a shame we can't fix it up. I got you guys $7,000. You know how much money that was back in the 1930s? Or possibly the 40s? It was a lot. There's a lot of money now. So this was the Three Stooges. That was the entire game. We're done. I have a soft spot for the Stooges, I really do, but man, this game is... It's not even that the game is bad, the game has a charm to it, but this port is terrible. The hitboxes were all wrong. They made the attempt to make it look like there were more games, but it was just reskins. And when you have only like 5 games and 6 games and half of them are reskins, like, you can see it coming. And again, some of the graphics were actually okay, but the sprite work was awful, which it usually was in early GBA games. The GBA version was released in 2002, it was a really early game. But it is what it is. There's no way this many people worked on this game. I find that hard to believe. Business, yeah. QA manager, well, there's a person in particular we need to talk to. Testers. These testers probably said the exact same thing I did. Like, oh, by the way, you have to jump like 2 seconds beforehand, or before it even shows up in order to actually get the Stradivarius or whatever. No, it's fine, just release it. Okay. Seriously, 2 minutes of this video is just gonna be the credits, isn't it? Fast forward time! Oh, that was it. I was right at the end. Not even that thanks for playing, they don't care if you play this. It's a shame that the only Three Stooges game was this one, because especially nowadays, if you made like just an indie type game, or even if you made like a stupid mobile game based on different episodes, like, oh, you have to do this much stuff to get 3 stars and move on to the next level or whatever, that could actually work. It wouldn't be great, but it would be certainly playable enough that you'd get some mileage out of it. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.